Good morning, regenerators. Had some rain last night, smells divine down here, and as you all know, that's the best way to a perfect soul is to get some good healthy bacteria in your system. Thank you to everybody for all your beautiful feedback. I'm meant to be wearing makeup, oops, not, because I thought, well, wearing makeup and rolling around in the muck heap, because that's what I'm doing today, is showing you my veggie patch. Now, my vet did say, how do you know when a riding school is over? When they build a veggie patch in the small arena. And voila, that is what I've done. And I'm practicing honing my regenerative techniques. And I just want you to follow and have a look and see how having a riding school means that you can actually grow some really, really good food. This is my first veggie patch bed. And you're thinking, what are you growing here? This is sorghum. Now, what happened when I set up the bed, I'm not doing it by the rules or by the book or anything, because of course I'm called Tamsin and I don't do things like that. But what I did was I got the compost from the muck heap, and Kobe's got some pigeons and chickens up at the house, and so of course the sorghum was in the leftover bird feed. So that's why I've got this. Growing roots, good roots, doesn't matter what it is. So in here, there's also some self-seeded cherry tomatoes. Very nice. There is some pawpaw, which I did plant. Here we are. Pawpaw tree, a bit squashed. And the exuberant tomato. And I planted butternut squash, watermelon, and just the average pumpkin. And the butternut squash went off. So what happens, and I learnt this, is that it grows out of here and has like what I call arms or tendrils. And as it fruits, this part of it dies. But I'll show you, at the end of the tendrils they're still alive, because they've got these little sucky root things that they put in, because of course they can't get the water and the nutrients from up here anymore, so they send their arms out and down as they go out. Learnt something new. This was the third bed I did, and to create these beds I've composted horse poo and hay and any of the chook poo and the pigeon poo from up the top. And in the summer, when the conditions are right, it was only taking me 2 weeks, and I'll show you where my muck heap is and why it's there, and the fungi content is crucial to good compost. But in this bed I've got a pineapple, which with the pineapples you just chop off the top, put it in the ground, and it actually grows a new plant, because they're only like this high. I've got capsicum and chilli, and I'm not sure which one's which, however they're both growing, so it doesn't matter. Once they fruit I'll know which one's which. And then in front there is the yellow passion fruit, which I self-seeded from some of the passion fruits up the top, because I've got a yellow passion fruit plant up there. Now in all this as well, I do have some magic or secret farming revolution ingredients that when you join and sign up for the app, if you're interested in the Regenerator app, those secrets will be revealed. I'm doing my bit of marketing. This is my muck heap, and it's located underneath a lily-pilly tree. What I've noticed over the years of dumping muck here is that it gets a really high content of fungi, and I believe the fungi is coming from the lily-pilly roots, and it's feeding off the hay, and the hay is normally covered in different varieties of fungi. Microbes love carbon. The hay is the carbon, and this is the cycle of decomposition which results in compost. Okay, what does a new bed look like? Voila! This isn't quite ready yet. I have heard that you're meant to cure compost heaps for 5 months or something. The internal temperature's got to be at least 55 degrees centigrade to kill all the pathogens and the bad stuff. And then it becomes this most incredible, rich, it really is yummy. I know it's poo, but once it's composted, which again, this isn't quite there, but it's the combination of the hay and the poo together, and it smells, it smells so right, correct, ready. There's no acrid smell, it just smells right. And like I said, this isn't fully composted yet. Oh, actually that's quite warm. But it smells good, it's on its way. Anything that doesn't smell right is obviously not good. And it's got that, and it's moist. You've got that lovely feel on your fingers, and the bacteria, when it's rained and the bacteria hits the ground and you've got that lovely smell, you're like, it smells like rain. It smells like that's bacteria, the good bacteria that sends good signals to your brain to stop depression. So, check this out. If you live in a concrete jungle, guess what? You never, ever, ever get any of those good bacteria floating around in the air because rain hits concrete, runs off into the ocean. So it's really important that at least once a week you get out and you walk in a rainforest, or you walk in a forest or parkland, or roll around in dirt. Who cares? Because it's really mentally healthy for you, as well as physically, because you're actually doing some exercise. Concrete jungles are the worst thing that mankind has ever invented. It really plays with your brain. And then of course there's all the serotonin because the lights are on all the time. But anyway, this is my next veggie patch. I have planted in it because I'm a little bit impatient. I should have waited, but I've got seeds to plant. So the seeds will change. So I wanted to grow some beans. So we've got this really old trellis, and I thought that because this is right in the middle of the sun, Queensland sun, I thought I'd grow my beans underneath. Now, carrots and coriander have done really well in sort of the shaded area, but the beans have not liked it. And I've just seen something which is just fascinating. One of the bean plants is covered in aphids. Now, industrially, you'd go and get your aphid spray and that. Those aphids are telling me that plant is sick. So why would I eat any fruit from that plant as it is? What I'm going to have to do is change the soil or change its position. And at the moment, because I'm sort of experimenting anyway, it doesn't really matter. But it's really interesting. This bean, I'll do a close-up for you, but this bean is covered in aphids and the other bean has no aphids on it. So this is actual regenerator proof that just because you've got pests on one plant doesn't mean to say it's going to spread across your whole crop. Really interesting, and I've seen this before with aphids. Insects clean up sick plants. They're like the rubbish collectors. So what I've done, because of course the beans now I definitely know are struggling here in the shade, I've planted some more out the side there in full sun, but of course they've still got access to the trellis. But I tell you what, this coriander, can't beat this. It is the most powerful, fragrant, tasty coriander I have ever eaten. And it's fresh, and I pick it, and Kobe loves curries. So perfect. She doesn't like coriander though, not yet. I'm working on that bit. Look how infested this is. Oh, this is just so great. Always learning. This one is covered in black aphid. And then the one next door is completely free. Healthy, no attack. And you can see the attacked one behind it. Obviously sick. Can't really tell the difference to the human eye, but it's sending signals to those insects to clean them up. And then you just got to have a veggie patch full of sunflowers. And sunflowers and sweet corn go really well together, companion planting and cover crops, whatever you want to call it. Keep the ground covered, keep diverse range of plants so that you've got a diverse range of roots. Guess what then? You have a whole myriad of little microbes doing their things under the ground, making us healthy, giving us mineral dense food. And hashtag sow the seeds of change in the comment section below. Visit my YouTube channel, Farming Revolution. I'm on LinkedIn, Farming Revolution. I'm on Instagram. Actually, that's Tamsin Ravel, but it's Farming Revolution. Facebook, Farming Revolution. My documentary will be available on my website, farmingrevolution.com.au. And then there's the Regenerator app, which is in the pipeline at the moment, really exciting. Tune in for the conversations I'm going to have with people that are collaborating with me. I've got 3 really, really beautiful people who are going to sit down, have a conversation. We're going to just get to know them, really, and all about a revolution. Peace, man.